Hi, it's Monday, September 24th, 2012, and I'd like to just start off by sharing a couple scripture verses with you, real brief, just that relate to what I've been thinking about lately, all about time and how fleeting our lives really are. This one is from Psalms. Show me, O Lord, my life's end and the number of my days. Let me know how fleeting is my life. You have made my days a mere handbreadth. The span of my years is nothing before you. Each man's life is but a breath. And then the other one is from James. I think it's James 4:14. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's there for a little while and then it's gone. So I've been pondering and meditating on this for a while, just about how fast our life goes by, and I guess maybe it's because I'm approaching a big birthday that I really don't want to discuss, but it is what it is, and we're all getting older, and what are we doing with our precious minutes and the time that we have? So one of the books I read recently is by Deepak Chopra. If you have heard of him, he's a big spiritual guru. He's on Oprah a lot, on the OWN network. He has many, many books, but I just find him to be tremendously inspiring, and have been trying to apply some of the principles he teaches to my life. The book that I recently read is called, I believe it's The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, if I'm getting the title right. And it talks about 7 things that you should do to be in harmony with the universe, and how to kind of get yourself in line with your highest self and to attract the things that you want into your life. The first law, so there's 7 laws. The first one is the law of pure potentiality, and he calls it getting into the gap, and basically it's meditation and being still, being quiet, being with yourself without any distractions, which we do far too little of these days with our busy lives and all the demands and the stress. It's really important for you to find time to quiet your mind and to be still and just be, because that is when you will be able to connect to your spirit self and gain some of your greatest insights and intuitions and things like that. It's sort of like when you're distracting yourself all the time, you're not in tune to that still small voice, or whatever you call it in your concept of your higher power. So getting into the gap every day. And when you're in the gap, you're in that space. It's kind of, like this place where your thoughts hopefully will slow down and you're in this kind of zone. And that's when you can enter your wishes and desires into this fertile soil, so to speak. So the law of pure potentiality. The second law is the law of giving and receiving, or actually the law of giving. And this is one I've really been trying to apply. He talks about how, it's like the goal, not the golden rule, but about, reaping what you sow, that what you put out comes back to you. And I think many of us can attest to that, how that works. And these are just laws of the universe. They're facts of how things work. So giving and receiving, and what he suggests you do is that you give something to everybody you meet. Every single person that you encounter in your daily life, you give them something. Whether it's a prayer, a kind word, a note, a compliment, maybe a small gift or something like that. It doesn't have to be a material, monetary thing, but you give them something. So maybe you say a silent prayer for them, or you wish them joy in their life, or you say, hey, you look nice today, or whatever it may be. So when you do that, you open it up for receiving on your end. So the more you give, the more you'll receive. The third law is the law of karma. This one can be a B word, right? So karma, what you put out, you will get back. It is like a boomerang. It is a law of the universe. You sow bad seeds, you're going to reap bad seeds. So what do you want to be sowing in your life? Obviously, you got to wait for the harvest. When a farmer plants seeds, you don't just have the harvest overnight. You have to plant the seeds and then wait for them to grow. So thinking about your choices, a lot of choices that we make are just unconscious. We just do them without thinking. We just go about our day doing things blindly. So the law of karma asks you to really pay attention to your choices and ask yourself, is this going to benefit me and everyone involved? So how will my choices affect others? Because it's going to come back to you, how you choose to live your life. He also goes into karma a lot, like if you have been sowing bad seeds, how you can remedy that, I guess. And one of the ways is if you are struggling to redeem yourself from some karmic thing, you can get into the gap of meditation, and that will help you free yourself from maybe you're struggling with something, or you're trying to forgive somebody, or you're trying to get over something in your life. Well, every time you go into meditation, he says that it's like you're washing a dirty garment, and you're washing it clean, and each time you do it, it gets a little bit cleaner. So eventually all the spots come out. Number 4 is the law of least resistance. A lot of us struggle a lot in our daily lives against just what is happening, and maybe we don't like it, or we don't like what other people are doing, so we fight the universe a lot. And this law is about not doing that anymore. Easier said than done, right? But it's about just accepting things as they are, accepting things, people, events, circumstances as they are. Because in the moment, you can't change anything. You can hope it'll be different in the future. You can change your behavior, to correspond with how things will turn out differently in the future. But in the moment, there's no sense in struggling against what's happening. So he asks, as you go about your day, now this is a pretty difficult thing to do, but to say to yourself, I will judge nothing that happens today. As I go throughout my day, I will let people be who they are. I will try to make good choices for myself, but I'm not going to judge anything that happens as good or bad, because that's when we get into problems in our daily life, is when we look at a situation and our perception of it is that it's bad, and someone else may look at it and think it's neutral or it's good, or it is what it is, right? I keep saying that, and I kind of hate it when people say that, but I find myself saying it. So trying to just accept what's happening and not struggle or fight against it. It's a really interesting concept to accept everything that comes into your life as acceptance, is that everything in the universe is the way it's supposed to be right now for a reason. The universe is perfect. So everything that's happening is something that's going to teach you something, or it's going to help you evolve, or it's going to bring you to a higher level. It's something, even if you perceive it as bad, it has a purpose. And I really believe that God doesn't bring things into our life to make us suffer, to bring us pain. It's to promote us. It's to help us grow. And those are the times when you really grow, when you're having a struggle, or you're in pain, or you are dealing with something. That's when you have your greatest moments of growth, and it's really a stepping stone to the next level. So that's the law of least resistance. That's law 4. Law 5 is the law of desire and intention. And this talks about, just deciding what you want and going about it with a laser sharp focus that you're going to make this happen. And it's sort of like the universe lines up for you once you do that. Things start coming to you. And some of you may have had this in your life, this synchronicity that happens when you're really on point, and you are, you just seem to have the things come to you that you need. Like maybe it's a book you need, or it's a person who says the right thing at the right time, or whatever you're wanting seems to come to you. And this, I don't mean this to sound like hocus pocus or anything, but I know that it works in my life, and I see it all the time, how, oh wow, what a coincidence. But really it's not. It's you lining up with the universe. It's you not struggling against things. It's you accepting things as they are, and controlling what you can control, because we get all involved with trying to involve ourselves in things we shouldn't, when really the only thing you can control is yourself, your choices, your behavior, your thoughts, how they correspond with your feelings, how long you want to stay and dwell in a feeling, the visualizations you hold in your mind. These are the things you can control. You can't control life. You can't control how other people act or how events turn out, and we waste so much energy trying to do that, trying to make people do what we want them to do, or trying to make things turn out the way we want. Just stop doing it. It's such a waste of mental energy. Focus only on yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I just mean get your mind right. Just get your mind in line with your higher purpose. So the sixth law is the law of detachment. I really like this one. We get attached to people, we get attached to things. Of course we do, it's normal. But when you have an unhealthy attachment, you find yourself just obsessed with a person or a situation, or I have to have this certain job or my life is going to be over, We get really hung up on things sometimes. And really, you need to detach from everything. And Yoda said something like this. He said, you must let go of everything you fear to lose. So that is really the key, is that when you can let go of something, the outcome can unfold, and really it will happen the way it's supposed to happen without any effort on your part. So detaching from things. Maybe it's a person that you're obsessed with. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe it's something about yourself that you focus on all the time and it's bringing you anguish. Just detach from it. Participate in life, but don't get so attached to things and outcomes. Just let life be. Let it unfold. The seventh one is the law of Dharma. And this is really your purpose in life. This is what are you here for on this earth. And everyone should be striving to figure this out. And maybe you don't know, maybe you have an idea. Some of the clues are when you are doing something and you feel really fired up. You lose track of time. You feel like you're in your zone kind of thing. And, like I get goosebumps when I'm in my zone and when I'm connecting with somebody in a certain way. Maybe I'm teaching something or they have an insight and they're like, wow, I get it now. I know why I was doing that. And I feel this sense of like the Holy Spirit is working through me. Really that my words are from something else or someone else. And that's how I know I'm in my zone, so to speak. And I can't really define it explicitly, like I said yesterday. I know it's something to do with connecting people, and it's about saying the right thing in the moment. Not because I know all this stuff, but because the Spirit is speaking through me. So your Dharma is your purpose in life, so get to work on finding it, or what you are here to do, because each one of us on this earth has a special purpose and something to give. And you may not think so, but you do. And maybe it's something you do in a way that nobody else does. And you may think a lot of other people do it, but it's the way that you express it that is special and that is unique only to you. And I'm getting goosebumps right now, so I know that that was a message that you needed to hear today, that you're here for a reason. So you don't have a lot of time on earth. Go about finding what your purpose is and start getting to work on it. And every day just ask yourself, what can I give? Okay? That's the mindset I try to be in. Obviously I'm human. I get off on my own tangents and what I want. But I try to bring it back to who can I help today? What am I here to give? So that's it. The 7 spiritual laws of success. Try to apply them and see how they work in your life. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.